Hello students, welcome to Learner's Planet. Let us continue with the chapter Control and Coordination. So this chapter, as we are studying since long, now we know that the control and coordination is of course an essential process, as all of the process of the body, they should take place in a controlled manner. Neither it should exceed the limit, nor it should take place in a low quantity. So all are taking place in a controlled manner. Besides this, different processes, they should coordinate with each other. For example, if you have to run, then your different body parts must cooperate, isn't it? You should be able to balance your body. You should get the message so as to run faster. For that, your muscle cells should contract and relax at a faster rate. Then if they need to relax or they need to contract, they need extra energy, isn't it? So the blood flow over there should increase. Now if blood flow has to increase and more energy is required, how is it possible? The oxygen supply should increase. How the oxygen is supplied? Through the respiratory system. So in short, whatever function is taking place, it is including different type of processes together. So in the case of human beings or in the higher animals, the process is taken place in two ways. And what those two ways were? It is via the generation of electrical impulse, which is a function of a nervous system. And secondly, it is done through various chemical messengers. There is a chemical coordination also, isn't it? So that chemicals messengers are secreted by the glands. So the next type is glandular system. In the previous session, we had started with the glandular system, and we came to know that there are various kind of glands which varies in their function, which varies in the type of secretions. Then they vary in the in terms of the transfer or the target tissue also. The mode of transfer is also different in each of the case. You remember what those types were? They are endocrine, exocrine, autocrine and paracrine. These are the major type of glands. So endocrine is the one which is a ductless gland and is transferring its secretion to the target site through the blood. Then comes the exocrine, which is having a duct and therefore it transports its secretion to the target site through this particular duct. Then after this there is another kind, that is the paracrine, in which the secretions are diffused out of the cell and then they are transported to the target cell through the process of diffusion only. So definitely in this case the target site should be very close. Then another type is autocrine, in which the cells are secreting the material and this material or these messengers are acting upon itself. So these are the basic types of glands which are able to perform a chemical coordination process in our body. It controls the various body function through our chemical messengers. So in this session we are going to study about the endocrine system, that is the hormonal method of the control and the coordination. So well, these hormones they can be defined as a chemical messengers secreted by the endocrine glands and pulled or transferred directly into the blood, and then it is carried to a specific target site or the organ. Now these particular messengers, they are functioning as the hormones, and these hormones, of course it is only the endocrine glands which usually secretes out the hormones. Now these hormones, they are transferred through the blood, right? There are some specific properties of the hormones due to which they are able to be secreted out and then they are targeted or they are sent to the target site. They are not secreted all the time, and all of the cells of the body are not going to react to these hormones. As we are saying, the hormones are transferred into the blood. isn't it? And blood is in contact with all of the body parts. But all of these body parts are not responding to the same hormone all the time. The hormones or these chemical messengers, they are able to act upon the target site due to the presence of a specific receptors which are present on the specific cells at the target site, of course. So if those detectors or those receptors are not present, the hormone is not going to be observed and therefore it will not function over there. Hence, they are actually acting upon a particular site only. So although it is poured into the blood, but it is not acting on all of the body cells. As you can see that blood is supplied to each and every part of the body, isn't it? Through the blood vessels like arteries and the veins and the capillaries, isn't it? So hormone is also carried along over there, isn't it? So but function is only taking place at the target site, which is possible due to the presence of detectors. Now let us clear out the basic properties or the characteristic features of the hormones. So the initial point or initial feature is that these hormones are the chemical messengers. Why are they known as the chemical messengers? They are a compound. It's a kind of an organic compound. So of course all organic compounds are the chemicals. So it is called as a chemical. Now messengers, you know what is the function of a messenger? Just clarify it as a layman person. Messenger is the one who is transferring a message from one person to the another in layman language, right? So there is no role of that messenger here. They are not changed. They are just carrying it from one side and transferring it to the another, right? So the same way the function of hormone is also taking place. They are just carried from one side and to the target site, and at the target site they are just accelerating the function. They are activating the system so as to respond, so as to act accordingly. So in this process these hormones are not changed basically, but they are just activating the system. So this is how we can call them as the activators or the chemical messengers of the body. Now besides this, they have to be deactivated after their function, because if these messengers are secreted all the time and they are activating the system all the time, there will be a huge problem for us. For example, if suppose when the growth hormone is secreted, the function is to increase the weight or the height or something, isn't it? So if this height is increased, just imagine, and we are not getting a next message so as to stop this particular process, what will happen? The process of increase in height will continue. We are not the trees that we can grow as tall as we want, isn't it? There is a particular height range, so that control is also necessary. So the hormones are not only they are secreted, but the function to control this particular function, some other kind of messengers are also secreted site-wise according to the situation, depending upon its requirement. The next important point is that it is always secreted by the endocrine glands, and these endocrine glands, they are always ductless, and this is why the hormones are actually present in the blood, because these endocrine glands, they are transferring their material into the blood. So you know, when suppose there is some abnormality in the in various function of the body, sometimes you must have heard the doctor suggest to find out the particular level of a particular hormone, like thyroid test or different type of test regarding to the various hormone level in the blood that is found. So how this hormone test is applied? Where is it applied? Do we need to study the function of the glands, or we have to find out the target site where it is present? No. Normally, if the doctors are suggesting to check the level of hormone, a blood sample is taken. So inside the blood, the hormone is hormone is present. Which hormone? The one which is released from the endocrine gland. So if suppose this some other sort of this hormone or other messengers has to be tested, then according to the situation the things are actually determined. Now besides this, if these glands, when do we need to get a test for this, for the level of hormones? The point is that these particular hormones, they are harmful in the abnormal concentration. The glands are secreting out the hormones which is having a definite limit. If this particular limit is crossed, what will happen? It is going to result in various sort of abnormalities, and of course they are therefore having a particular concentration. Usually they are secreted in the minute quantity, and only that much is sufficient so as to activate the living system or to control and coordinate various sort of functions. And once they are used up, and if they are not in need further, they are going to be metabolized. They will be destroyed after they had performed their particular function. Next is that they are functioning only at their target site, and this we had already cleared so well. They are present in the blood, they are supplied to each and every part of the body, but each cell is not responding to it due to the lack of a particular detector, due to the lack of particular receptor over the particular cell membrane. So it is having a target site, and the target site is always having a receptor for a particular type of messenger. So in our body, there are different types of glands so as to perform different type of so as to secrete different type of hormones, and which are having different functions and different target site. So these different type of glands, of course they are known as the endocrine gland. Now as we are saying, it is not single, there must be a group, right? There are different type of endocrine glands located at different position, and this type of entire group is actually known as an endocrine system. So this is how now we can say that this endocrine system is now established. This endocrine system is also known as hormonal system, because they always secrete out the molecules or the chemical messengers which are functioning as the hormones. So this system or these particular glands, we have to now find out each and every type of gland here and their location and its function. Well, here is the diagram which is actually showing the position or the location of the glands present in our body. And let us see that what type of different glands are there which is constituting the endocrine system. So we are beginning from the anterior side to the posterior side. Let us find out that which gland is actually present at the anterior side and which is located at the posterior side or the bottom side of the body. So the very first gland here is pineal body or the pineal gland. Now this pineal gland is actually located at the roof of the or the top of your brain. It is located here in the in this brain region towards the upper side. See, the skull is there, then enclosed organ is there which is known as what? The brain. And here if we call a roof of this brain, then which part will serve as a roof of a brain? It is the cerebrum, isn't it? So this cerebrum or this forebrain is present here, and below that in the central part there is the location for a pineal gland, or we can call it as a pineal body. Now this pineal body, it is secreting out a particular hormone which is having a specific function with which is related to the complexion. This is the simplest term that we can explain. It is related to the secretion of melanin pigment, which imparts color to our skin. So the pineal gland is secreting out a material or a hormone which controls the secretion of melanin pigment by the specific cells present in the skin. After that, the next gland is the hypothalamus. Now this hypothalamus is a small region of our brain. It is just situated nearer to the pineal gland. And this hypothalamus is actually known as the master gland of the body. It is a master body of the of your hormonal system. You know why is it so? Because it is controlling the secretions of pituitary gland. This pituitary gland is actually it is secreting out the important hormones which are having the specific role, and beside this it also secretes different type of stimulatory and inhibitory sort of hormones which are required for the control of different types of all other types of glands of the endocrine system. So even this hypothalamus is above this pituitary gland. Pituitary is a master gland because it is secreting so many different types of hormones, and of course the regulatory hormones also. So hypothalamus is controlling the secretion of the pituitary gland also. So it is a major regulatory part of our endocrine system. Then pituitary gland, as we said, it is secreting different type of hormones. Let us say for example luteinizing hormone, oxytocin, then we can say something like growth hormones. So all these are secreted by the pituitary. Beside that, it secretes out the regulatory, isn't it, which are controlling let us say for example there is a hormone known as TSH, that is thyroid stimulatory hormone. So once this TSH is secreted by the pituitary gland, it will activate thyroid gland so as to secrete out the thyroxine. Thyroxine is a hormone secreted by the thyroid gland. So this is one of the example, but it secretes many more different type of hormones which are controlling the secretions of all these below mentioned glands. Where is the location of this gland? You can see in the diagram. See, this is the pituitary gland labeled here, which is towards the it is below the pineal gland, we can say. It is near the hindbrain, or it is in between the hindbrain and the midbrain. So this is the location here in the brain part. Then comes the thyroid gland and the parathyroid glands. These two glands are basically situated in the neck region or in the thoracic region, and they are associated with the various metabolic functions. Actually, they are not associated, but the hormones which are secreted by these glands, they are associated with the metabolic functions. Thyroid gland, it controls the metabolism of the organic compounds, whereas parathyroid is actually it is meant, or it is needed for the regulation of mineral metabolism. Then next is thymus, which is present somewhere in the chest cavity, somewhere nearer to the in the thoracic cavity here. And then is the pancreas. The pancreas is present in the abdominal region below the stomach or towards the left side of the small intestine, and is of course having a very important role. As we already said in the previous session, that this pancreas, it can serve as an endocrine gland as well as an exocrine gland. But the group of cells which are secreting these particular material or the compounds or the messengers, they are different. A group which is known as an exocrine gland, it secretes the material which is linked with the digestion of various material. Like it secretes pancreatic enzymes which helps in the digestion of various different compounds like lipids or proteins or something. But that part is basically a exocrine part. But here we are studying about the endocrine system. So which part of pancreas will function as an endocrine system? That is known as the islets of Langerhans. Those islets of Langerhans are actually secreting the hormones called insulin and the glucagon, which are associated with the process of or the metabolism of carbohydrates. The next gland is adrenal gland, which is present as a pair and is located over the kidney. It is located on the anterior side of the kidney. What is the location of kidney? It is it is towards the anterior side of or the upper side of the abdominal cavity, below the diaphragm. But over there we have also shown the liver, right? And we had shown this pancreas. The thing which is not shown here is the stomach. Even that is located here. So where this kidney is present? Towards the posterior wall. That means it is present behind the liver and the stomach. And they are having the gland over its anterior side. You can see this site here. This particular site is actually linked with, it is having the location for the adrenal glands. The adrenal gland, it secretes different type of hormones like adrenaline, noradrenaline, and different more. And all those are they are linked with different types of processes. Let us say for example adrenaline, it is actually associated with increasing the heartbeat, increasing the blood pressure, and so on. Then the next type of gland is gonads. Now these gonads, it is of two types. It is a male or a female. And in the case of male, the gonad is known as testes. In the female, it is known as ovaries. Now in this diagram, the two parts are shown here, female as well as the male. So students, don't get confused. These male and female are not present in the same individual organism in the human beings. Clear? We all are unisexual organisms. Male and female are located on separate bodies, right? So this position, this diagram is made just to explain the location in the male and the female body. All these other hormones we had explained here, they are common in a male and female body. But this particular diagram which is shown here, it is present only inside the female organism, whereas testes are found only in a male organism. So just assuming and clearing this particular fact, let us explain the important things related to this. So this particular the one that is testes, which is present only in the male, the location is in the scrotum. You know what is scrotum? It is a sac-like structure present out towards in the genital area, exterior to the abdominal cavity. Inside this, the testes are located. A pair of testes is present over there, and they are responsible for the secretion of hormone testosterone. And these testosterone regulates, or it help in the production of the sperms, and it also supports the secondary growth of a male organism. Whereas in the case of female, the gonad present is ovary. So just forget it, this male part here. We have to concentrate on the female reproductive system. In a female reproductive system, there is a presence of a pair of ovary, right? So these ovaries, they are located here at the in the lower abdominal site, and they are associated with the secretion of hormones like estrogen, progesterone, relaxin, and so on. And of course, this estrogen and progesterone, they help in the regulation of menstrual cycle, and this estrogen is usually not secreted in the pregnancy period. Then comes your relaxin, which is only secreted during the 9th month or during the delivery time of a pregnant lady. I mean a delivery of a child from a pregnant lady. So this is how these gonads, that is ovaries, they are secreting different type of hormones having different functions. So now further we have to study about each and every gland here and its function, that we are going to continue in the next session. So till then, thank you so much. Have a nice day. We'll continue in the next session. Goodbye.